Hello! In this training video, we will view some strategies that will help us answer vocabulary questions using context clues to help figure out the meaning of the word. What is a context clue? A context clue is a word or set of words near an unknown word that give us hints to the meaning of this unknown word. Take for example this word, halcyon. What do you think it means? Go ahead, you can take a guess. You can probably look at the word, stare at it, and wonder about it, but you're probably having a really difficult time trying to figure it out, since there are no other words near it, or sentences, or even a passage. The context of the word means the bigger picture of what is going on. Take for example, halcyon. We already tried to figure this word out, but we came up with zero possibilities really. So we need other sentences or paragraphs or even a whole passage to get a feel or the intent of the author, and then we can figure out what this word means. Take for example this passage provided. I will go ahead and read it out loud to you. You may follow. As the ship sailed west, the sailors watched the sea's gentle waves and listened to the seagulls in the clear skies calling to each other. The halcyon weather was about to end, however. To the east, dark clouds approached, headed right toward them. The question asks, what word is closest in meaning to halcyon? Or simply, what is the definition of halcyon? The answer choices are A, angry, B, sharp, C, peaceful, and D, wet. The first strategy is to simply go ahead and look at the words that surround our underlined word. In this case, we do find a context clue, which is weather. Halcyon is a kind of weather. Halcyon is used as an adjective. We know that in this case, halcyon describes a certain type of weather. Based on this context clue, we do not know what kind of weather or which type of weather, but we can use other context clues scattered throughout the paragraph to find what kind of weather is described. Also, to keep in mind, in this case we did find a context clue right next to the word, but this will not always be the case. As I mentioned, we are going to use other context clues that are scattered throughout the whole paragraph to finally figure out what this word means. Now the second strategy would be to reread the paragraph, but this time we must keep in mind that we are looking for other context clues that might help us figure out what halcyon is describing. I will give you a couple of seconds to do so. You may begin. I hope that you have finished reading it a second time. Now, the second and third context clues identified are gentle waves and clear skies. This time we can say that gentle waves and clear skies are not directly related to weather, but they do provide environmental information that help us think about what kind of weather would allow for the sea to have gentle waves and for there to be clear skies. The next step is to go ahead and compare all the context clues found and see if they have anything in common. To recap, the first context clue found was that halcyon is a kind of weather. It is an adjective. The second and third were gentle waves and clear skies, which give us a feel of the environment. Now, based on these three clues, go ahead and take a guess on what they have in common and what they can possibly mean. Go ahead, try. Okay, you probably came across something of maybe good or quiet, even beautiful. So let's see if any of these have anything in common with the answer choices provided. Now we may go ahead and move on to the fourth step, which is to cross and contrast the information that we have gathered from the passage with the answer choices that are presented. Right off the bat, we can go ahead and cross out A, angry, and B, sharp, because these answer choices do not describe the weather. So we are left with C, peaceful, and D, wet. Both of these adjectives can be used to describe the weather. But let's look back on what we just did in the third step to see which of these choices is better aligned to describe halcyon. And then we may go ahead and cross out one of these choices to get the correct answer. And cross out D, wet, because it is the least related to our choices from our three context clues. The closest would be C, peaceful, because of the gentle waves and the clear skies. And this is how we get the correct answer choice for this passage. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you will find the information reviewed useful when answering questions that relate to vocabulary and using context words to help you find the meaning.